Hey everybody, it's Justin from J3 Creations, and today we're going to look at some fossilized shells. This first specimen, it's got a partial shell there and a almost full shell there. It's also got this real neat spiral shell at the top. I found all this stuff at a secret location on the beach. There's another couple partials. But yeah, basically there's these big old rocks that fall off the cliff, and as long as you're not digging into the cliffs or the walls, then it's totally fine. There's another really pretty fragment of a shell. That just looks like a rock. There's probably some shells in there, but yeah, there's another real pretty full fossil. I also dug up all these. Got, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 clam shells, razor clams, and even oyster shells. Yeah, some really fun shells. Even got a couple more little twisty shells. I've heard that you can use a Dremel to help like get the stuff off, all the excess stuff. That's a really fun little partial. But I don't know if you can see back here, this is a couple pieces of coral. These were gifted to me. I did not find them on the beach or anything, but they're very pretty. So, a little bit of sand. Here's another partial. I think that actually might go to that. Yeah. I wonder if I could glue it and just call it good. Probably not, but whatever. Here is another partial with some really cool shells in the background. Here's kind of just a big chunk. I did take home some bigger chunks just to literally play with throughout the winter. We were pet sitting over at the coast, and yeah, I found a nice spot with a bunch of fossils. This is a good one here. So it's got a full specimen there, partial specimen over it, another partial specimen here, and flipping it over, they're pretty heavy. It's just layered with fossils. But yeah, kind of running out of room here. Got like a good 100 pounds of this stuff. So this fossil right here, that's a partial swirl. Kind of hard to tell, but it's cool. Here's another partial with, some sort of clamshell in there. But again, some of these chunks are for me to just kind of mess around with throughout the summer, or excuse me, winter. I collect during the summer and polish and cut and do all the other stuff in the winter. There's another small piece for me to work on. Might throw that in there. This is a real good specimen. It's my belief that there's probably more of a fossil within there. Maybe just got to cut into it, but I'm also a little nervous to get in there and kind of work with everything. It'll be my first time messing around with the Dremel and fossils. I've got a buddy who told me about it, but here's another little fossil, another big fossil, and yeah, just lots of little chunks of stuff. That's just some random stuff. Ooh, this is a good one here. It's kind of a blackish brown compared to this rock, which is like gray. So it's kind of cool. Oh, here's another real good specimen. Look at that swirl fossil. That's got a couple clam shells in there. I don't know. I'm probably not going to keep that in there. Oh man, I found a little lucky one at the bottom. Probably fell out during transfer. That's another real good specimen there. Almost a full one. I wish it had more of the actual shell in there, but you can definitely see the imprint. Just a couple more rocks and I'm done. And these ones are all really good ones. There's another beautiful fossil. I might try and hit it with the Dremel, try and clean up some of that stuff, and yeah, see what we can get out of her. That's just a pretty random rock I found on the beach while collecting all my fossils. Oh, this is another favorite here. Sorry, trying to get all the sand off. So that is a beautiful fossil. It's also got a really nice swirl and just layers of other stuff throughout it. And last one. Saved the best for last, I'd say. It's almost completely perfect. I wish it had more of the actual shell fossil on it, but it's a beautiful imprint of a shell. So that's all of it, folks. Oh wait, no, I got my special finds here. First one is a clam shell, and it has a bunch of quartz crystal in there. I don't know if I can really do it proper justice on camera, but there's a little bit of quartz in here. It's also a bunch of basalt, but whatever. So this is another perfect swirly crustacean. Can't remember the exact name off the top of my head, but that's okay. Here's another one. Perfect little swirl. It's beautiful. Then here is another little guy. It's kind of hard to tell, but this is actually a quartz crystal. It's almost like I broke it open and it looked like it almost fell out, but yeah, I don't want to wiggle it around too much or it might fall out, but yeah, it's a very awesome fossil to find. And again, last but not least, my personal favorite is a tiny, perfect little fossil. It's got two fossils in there actually. One going this way that broke off, and another right here. If I can find it real quick. I have the little piece that it broke off of. I can't quite remember where it is. Oh, I think this is it right here. Yeah, you see that little bit? I remember cracking it open and I saw this fly out. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, it's like a perfect little shell. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. And make sure to subscribe if you like rocks and art, because we do a lot of it.